Welcome to another AllTerra Central technical video. Today we're going to look at the latest in Trimble's TerraFlex. Let's get into it. Here you'll see in the Google Play Store what's new. They've improved the quality and resolution of the satellite and street maps, as well as adding some additional base maps. And they've updated the location status screen to improve usability. Furthermore, you'll see they released this in early March for Android. Now let's take a look at the App Store for iOS. The same things are new for iOS. The version's posted here, which is version 5.110, which was released in late February. And it requires you to be on iOS 13 or later. Now let's take a look at the Trimble TerraFlex help portal for the release notes. February 2024, we see 5.11 was released, which also added support for the Trimble TDC6 handheld, shown here on the right, with version 5.1 compared to 5.11 with regard to imagery quality. It is also supporting the Trimble R12, and TerraFlex is now translated into Japanese and Italian languages. Now let's take a peek at the map viewer enhancements. So the Trimble maps, base maps have also been improved, as you can see here in the top right. There's now support for DWG and DXF CAD exports, as you can see here on the right. And lastly, in the map viewer, you can see there's attribute summaries available for choice and coded choice field types from the form panel. They'll present a pie graph for all values for that field in the current selection, which will enable you to quickly find forms with specific values. Now let's do a live demonstration of the TerraFlex application. Here we have the home screen. We're going to hit the three lines in the top left and go to location status to see those updates. Here you'll see that there's 14 satellites tracked. We're using a Trimble R2. You can see the firmware there as well as the R2 serial number. We've got our horizontal vertical accuracy live using VRS, as well as our post-process accuracy, because this is TerraFlex Premium. And just like before in the previous version, we can change the format. However, it's a little bit different here. So we can hit change format and switch between grid, decimal degrees, decimal minutes, and degrees, minutes, seconds. And just like previous versions, we can see our correction status showing the profile, correction source, last correction, and the correction time, and that it's in use. You'll also notice that SBAS is the fallback source. Now let's take a look at the map view and look at the imagery and base map options. Here you'll see we've got imagery, and you'll notice that it's a little bit crisper compared to the previous versions with the imagery. If we hit the three lines in the top right, we'll be able to toggle the base map off and see what other options are available. We now have a few more options: street light, street dark, and terrain, all of which are new in this latest version. Let's take a look at these different base maps. Let's check out the street map. So we'll try the dark first. You'll see that it's easier to see perhaps when it's bright out, and perhaps easier to see against some of your features that are in the map. Let's look at the light view. And this also will help with certain features against the base map. Another great enhancement to this latest version of TerraFlex. Thanks again for joining us for another AllTerra Central technical video. Until next time.